I smoke back to you with another one, and the Las Vegas Raiders have signed Chip Kelly to be their new offensive coordinator. First thing that comes to mind is his no huddle offense. Defenses have to be in really good shape when you play an offense like Chip Kelly's. The 2 minute drill is always pretty good. Um, Points per game for the Raiders should go up with this hire. Um, yeah, I think it was a solid hire. But how is Chip Kelly in the locker room? How is he around these guys? Will the Raiders players play hard for him? Will there be conflict between him and Pete Carroll? Chip Kelly is someone that likes to call the shots. He's someone that likes to be in charge. He's someone that has really his own way about things. And if you don't believe me, go listen to LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Brandon Graham talk about his days in Philadelphia. And I'm sure maybe he's grown up since he was a head coach in Philly. But from what I heard, he wouldn't even acknowledge players. You would have to go speak to an assistant. That assistant would talk to the coach. He really ran a military style of um, operation there in Philadelphia, and maybe that's something the Raiders need. I mean, a lot of these players in Las Vegas have been going out getting into trouble. We look at Josh Jacobs, who got a DUI, Ruggs, we all know that situation. Shit, they just had another guy who got a DUI too as well on the defensive line. Since moving to Vegas, we all knew it. That was the question. Will these Raiders players get in trouble being out there? And they have. Moving to Vegas was one of the worst decisions Mark Davis will ever make. The city of Oakland loved this team. They loved their franchise. And listen, a lot of them didn't want to really the place was a dump that they were playing in. If they would have just figured out a new way to create a new stadium in the Bay Area, I think it would have worked out for him. But he saw the bright lights in Las Vegas and didn't give a shit about any of the fans in California. His dad did the same thing, moved away from LA, moved away from Oakland another time. I mean, you guys should have saw the writing on the wall. Mark Davis does not give a shit about any Raiders fan. He just cares about the merch that you buy. And that's exactly what you do. I buy Chiefs gear because they're winners. If they weren't winning, if they were terrible, I wouldn't support them. I'd watch it, but I wouldn't go out there and buy merch and gear and really put the numbers up to make Mark Davis think, well, we're losing, but we're still selling all this shit. So it really doesn't even matter. You got to hit him in the pocket. If you guys want to really make a change in Las Vegas, you got to hit Mark Davis in the pocket. And you guys want to speak about a Super Bowl boycott? Well, why not boycott anything Raiders? I'm sure if he did 2 years of that, Mark Davis would finally get the message. But Chip Kelly is definitely not a player's coach. He's a guy that is going to yell and scream in players' faces. One thing I want to say is he did turn UCLA around. He went over there and he won some games over there. He turned UCLA was a joke, and then he got there and did some good things with them. I think he's more of a college style of coach, in my opinion. His offense is, there's a lot of like read options and motion in his offense. It's a lot of college stuff. John Gruden had a tough offense too as well, but his was like more of like a West Coast style of offense, pro style of an offense. Chip Kelly's is more of a spread style. So the Raiders are going to need a quarterback with that type of an offense. They don't have one. Aiden O'Connell can drop back in the shotgun, but a lot of the Chip Kelly quarterbacks that I noticed that he have are mobile. You go back to the days when he was at Oregon. He had a mobile quarterback, that Thomas guy. Not DeAnthony Thomas. He's a black quarterback, but he was mobile too as well. You go back to he had Mike Vick in Philly. trying to think of some other guys that he's had, but I just know he prefers mobile quarterbacks. So with this move, I don't think Aiden O'Connell will be the full time starter next year because in a Chip Kelly type in offense, things break down sometimes, and you're going to have to get out of the pocket. You're going to have to make a play, and Aiden O'Connell can't do that. He's a pocket guy, get rid of the ball quick type of quarterback. And I'm not saying that's bad because he's went into Kansas City and put up some of the best games I've seen from a young quarterback. But he just isn't really excelling anywhere else. I mean, he kind of gets up for those Chiefs games, but after that, there really isn't much. And you guys need consistency, especially from the quarterback position. You can't go into Kansas City and then look good against us and then lose to Carolina. I mean, that makes no sense. So, really, in my opinion, I like the military aspect of Chip Kelly, really holding the players accountable too as well. And he's not a player's coach. He's not a guy you can walk up to, put your arm around, joke with them, call him fat. Dude, he's really got that kind of Belichick seriousness to him. And if you want to hear a good read, go back and watch what Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy had to say about Chip Kelly and how he was in the building on an everyday basis. And maybe you can judge that on your opinion. But for me, I like the hire because I think these Raiders players need to be held accountable. I think the last regime was more of a player's coach, smoke a cigar with you. Now they got a guy who can really slap someone in the face. And if you're not playing well, we'll just get rid of you. You know, it's simple as that. So, and that's what they needed. And every time we play the Raiders now, Andy Reid's got to get these guys in shape because Chip Kelly's going to be doing that no huddle every fucking time. The 2-minute drill is going to be good right before the half. Now the Raiders are scary when they defer the ball to the second half because their 2-minute drill with Chip Kelly, he's always pretty good at that. Really, like 2 minutes, 1 minute left in the half, he's always been pretty good at getting like field goals, touchdowns. And then, now they can get the ball after the half and really do some damage in games. That's how you win games is you kick when you win the toss and you get the ball at half, but you want to time it just perfectly. You want to score right before the half and then score after the half. I learned that from Andy Reid while he was doing an interview. That's exactly how he tries to manage the clock. Guys, I like the hire. Chip Kelly is now the new offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders, and they will look to change the culture in Las Vegas. Thank you guys for watching.